Thank you for the question, and it is such an honor to be on this panel. I've been so privileged to be part of the dialogue with the Minister of Environment, Forestry and Fisheries, Minister Creasy, and South African youth. Climate change is very close to my heart, and I'm so proud to represent Roedean in these discussions. We've had 2 meetings. We were lucky enough to have the first one in person before lockdown, and the second one we had online. The first session was an introduction where we were all able to raise points. Some of the questions were about when the climate change bill is going to be legislated and how the youth can be more included in legislation. Minister Creasy informed everyone of what the government is doing, and if anyone is interested, most of this can be found on the South African government website. She also challenged us that we come to the next session with a document outlining our ideas to give to her. So as you said, yes, I worked with youth at SIA, the South African Institute of International Affairs, on the document we sent to her for what we as the youth would like in the draft bill on climate change. Many of the points raised were supported by people during the discussion. Some of the points were about green recovery, which means that as we come out of COVID-19, we prioritize climate change and ensure that it is gender responsive and youth responsive. Youth responsive means that as the youth, we have ideas and we want our voices to be heard and to really be part of the solution. Gender responsive means that in all our solutions, we not only focus on climate change, but how we can include women and empower women. Some examples of a green recovery are a greener public transport system that has lower carbon emissions, and for the climate crisis to be dealt with the same urgency as COVID-19. We also looked at waste management, for example, increasing infrastructure so that recyclable and organic waste doesn't end up in landfills. During the meeting, the minister also introduced a new project, which I'm really excited about, that 10 youth-led organizations will receive funds to support their environmental projects from the government. At the end of the August holidays, I was also part of a conversation around the youth's input into the Johannesburg Climate Action Plan. There were many suggestions and demands made by the youth. Just a few of them include banning all single-use plastics, having higher carbon taxing, and not only carbon taxing, but taxing other forms of pollution, such as plastic pollution, transitioning from fossil fuels to renewable energy, and creating more community farms like Siakana. Another important request was to improve the education around climate change, and especially in schools, which has been mentioned by other panelists. I am also currently working with the team from this discussion to create the document capturing South African youth's input into the Johannesburg Climate Action Plan, and I'm really excited to see where this